This is James with WSTrades.com. I want to provide an update here on ticker EBET or Ebet Inc. So massive volume coming in yesterday. Looking at the daily time frame here, you can see it's just a slow bleed out. We're missing a lot of earnings information here, and you can see back on the beginning of the chart, we have a loss of 70 cents per share. This thing's just kind of been trickling down and bleeding out. Had a crazy explosion here up to 266, but immediately died off. Just continuing to bleed out, and then lately we started to see insane volume coming in here. So let's zoom into the chart there. Did not mean to actually throw up that line there. So as you can see here, all of a sudden we started to see volume on July 31st. Now I was looking through the news stories here, and TD Ameritrade has a story in here saying Ebet shares are trading higher on abnormally high volume. The stock was set to be suspended at the opening of business today unless the company requested an appeal of NASDAQ's listing qualification department's determination. But when I actually started to look around through the SEC filings, I don't see that to be true. Because when I came into the SEC filings, they just filed this a couple days ago, I believe. Yeah, August 4th. So we see this notice of delisting or failure to satisfy. But reading the SEC filing, it says that, on November 21st, 2022, the company received the deficiency letter from NASDAQ, and they were given the 180-day period. And then it says the company requested an additional 180 days to regain compliance, and on May 23rd, 2023, the company received notice from NASDAQ informing the company that it had been granted an additional 180-day period or until November 20th, 2023. So, according to this, they're not due to be suspended until November. So if they can somehow meet that minimum bid price requirement, by November 20th, 2023, then, they can stay on the NASDAQ. So I don't know what they're talking about here. This seems like a bogus story to me, because from what I can tell, the stock was not set to be suspended yesterday. So yeah, just kind of taking a look at that. Let's dig into shorter time frames here, and you can see this thing is in a nice little uptrend since it came down here and bounced off of the 2-cent level. You can see, well, actually it was kind of in an uptrend, but it's been facing a lot of trouble right here around the 5-cent mark. In pre-market today, it's up around 4.5 cents again. So it looks like it might be looking to retest that 5-cent level. So from a technical perspective, that to me looks like a resistance right now. You can see some higher lows here, so it is kind of eking out some higher lows, but as far as the highs go, we're kind of ramming up against this 5-cent level and stalling out. So we'll kind of see, if the bulls can pump this thing up above that 5-cent level and get it above that level, or if this thing's going to dump and come down here and test around 3.7 cents or so. You can see that 0.0377. Let's go ahead and take a look here in Yahoo Finance really quick, because I did not look at their financials yet. I was just kind of looking into that story as far as delisting goes. Let's take a look at some of the most recent, I saw a bad EPS there based on the most recent quarter. So we got profit margin down 55%. We've got operating margin down 25% over the last 12 months. Return on equity is negative 96%. That's the last 12 months. Return on assets is in the red too. Diluted EPS is $2.22 to the downside. So that's actually negative earnings per share of $2.22. They actually show book value per share here of $1.02. I'm not sure that's accurate. Let's dig into the financials here real quick and kind of see what's going on. So if we look at the income statement here, we can see year over year that they are kind of moving up as far as the gross profit goes. Let's look at the quarterly. So yeah, it's kind of up and down here. You can see the quarter ending June 30th, 2022, gross profit was at 7.2 million. Then it dropped to 5.8, kind of went sideways to the next quarter, and then came lower again. So actually just trending in the wrong direction here, going from 7 to 5 to 4. So the gross profit is declining. Let's check out the cash flow and see what they've got going on as far as operations go. So looking at the operating cash flow, yeah, they made a good jump from looking at the annual here from September 2020 to 2021. They went in the right direction. But then if you look at September 2022, they went the wrong way. So they went from a loss or negative operating cash flow of 8.3 million up to 11.3 million. So not looking good year over year. And let's take a look at the quarterly here. And yeah, that's going in the wrong direction as well. They were at June 30th, 2022. They had operating cash flow of negative 1.3 million. It increased to 2.4 million in the negative. Kind of went in the right direction for one quarter there, down to 1.8, but then a big jump here. The quarter ended March 31st. That was a move in the wrong direction in a big way. So definitely seem to be struggling financially here. It doesn't look like they're getting any cash from operations. Scroll down a little bit here. Actually, let's go back to the income statement again, and let's take a look at the quarterly. I didn't come down here and look at EPS. Yeah, I don't see any positive earnings per share at all. We got some missing data here, but this quarter you can see a loss of 70 cents a share. This quarter you can see a loss of 53 cents a share. They improved a little bit coming here, but it's still a loss of 25 cents a share. So yeah, definitely this does not look like any kind of a long-term hold to me. They seem to be struggling financially. They've gotten deficiency notices from NASDAQ that they might be kicked off. They're able to kind of regain compliance, but not regain compliance yet, but get extensions to regain compliance. So kind of looking at it right now, this thing trading between 2 and 5 cents lately, they're going to have to get, a big jump in price here to meet that $1 requirement. So my guess here, if they continue to struggle, they're probably going to do a reverse split if they want to stay on NASDAQ. So, and if they continue to produce these poor financials, for me, I would be looking to go short after a reverse split, because a lot of times we see that reverse split. Of course, it jacks up the price. There's less shares outstanding, but then typically those things just start to bleed out again, unless they can turn their financials around. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here with ticker EBET or Ebet. Please like this video. Please also subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Appreciate you for taking the time to watch this. Talk to you soon.